When we say AI native, it's making sure that people are upskilled, people have the understanding, it's democratization of AI.
This is the power of AI basically, right? So AI first plus human centric is the core agenda of any solutions.
The way the whole industry is getting disrupted with AI, it is extremely important that we as an organization also stay ahead of that change.
Now we are replacing the human with agent, and human we will be using at the end to validate whether all the agents are performing well or not.
Key takeaway that I will take from this is that just embrace change.
Yeah.
Change is a new constant, they say.
Yeah.
You guys want to order anything?
No.
My answer would be different. Hi, I'm Ritu, your host for today. We are diving into an exciting conversation this afternoon, Enterprise AI Accelerator, Women in AI at Brilio. I'm joined by two amazing colleagues, Brindita, who is the Global Delivery Head for AI and Data Engineering, Abhipsha, who is leading the Enterprise AI transformation for business operations. Brindita, Abhipsha, thank you for joining. Let's kick off with a big question that I have. When we talk about AI native organization, what does it mean for you? We'll go with Brindita.
Yeah. The way the whole industry is getting disrupted with AI, it is extremely important that we as an organization also stay ahead of that change. And just to make sure that we are, driving that change and part of that change, we have taken up this bold initiative to convert ourselves to an AI native organization. Now, what that means is ensuring that every single person in Brilio is AI enabled, and we are all at a stage where we are able to use AI to augment what we do, to support what we do, to basically enable us, right?
Yeah.
So everyone, to improving the literacy of the organization, to ensuring that everybody in the organization is able to leverage AI and the power of AI to deliver better work, better outcomes for our clients as well as for our internal processes, right? So that's what this whole bold vision of AI native stands for us.
Great, thanks. Interesting, and I've already started to feel about it, that we've started to learn prompt engineering. We are working closely with the engineers on some AI solutions for talent acquisition. So interesting. Thanks, Abhipsha. What about you? What are your takes on it?
Alright. So earlier AI, or you can say we started off with data science, machine learning. Now everyone is talking about AI. So earlier it was like automating how we can automate certain human steps, right? Now what we are planning to do, we are not adding human in as a alternative. We are thinking about AI as a first step itself. Wherever we are designing any solutions, we are taking agent or AI is the first step and then human at the end. So this is how we are reimagining the entire process so that we will have less manual interventions, and the person who usually used to work on the AI part, they will be doing a lot of creative work or innovation work in the future. So this is what we are thinking about AI right now.
Wow, interesting. I want to deep dive further. So let's bring it very closer to home. So Brindita, this is for you. How is Brilio shaping its AI narrative when it comes to platforms, its investments, and how it actually works?
Yeah. So I spoke about the AI native vision, right? Now, what we have invested in and built is a platform. We call it ADAM. It's Agentic Data and Application Management. It's a platform which enables clients to basically accelerate whatever solutions they are trying to build, right? So it's an end-to-end platform. It's got a set of solutions on the platform which can be leveraged by our clients. It is very tool agnostic, platform agnostic. So we are investing in building it. And there are a lot of use cases that we are adding into the platform which can help our clients really accelerate how they build out the solutions. And we will use it for every single engagement that we take up with our clients. And this platform is scalable, it's extensible, it enables faster outcomes for our clients, right? So this is just the beginning, and we are in that journey of building this out and making sure that it's available for us, for our internal teams, as well as for our clients.
Wow, interesting. I know when it comes to platforms and solutions, building is easy, but how sustainable those solutions are and how scalable it is, I think interesting.
Yeah.
So over to you, Abhishek. Could you give me an example as to how you really illustrate and how you bring all these together, the data, design and delivery in practice?
Sure. So when we're talking about any AI solutions, we start off with data. If we have the right data, then we create the right solution. Starting from like 10 years ago, we're working on the machine learning solutions. The more the data, the better the solution is, right? So now how we are connecting all the data to our design, whether the data is relevant for the design or not, or vice versa, right? Whenever we are, like for example, if we are creating a solution for, let's say, TA or finance, right? We see whether we have relevant data or not. If not, then how we can create the data also so that we can make the robust solution, which is scalable also. So now, since AI, we are in the stage where the solutions is not only relevant for POC, right? We are thinking on an enterprise level. That is why we should think about responsible AI. We have to think about different guardrails, whether the solutions we are building should not, we are taking care of the privacy of the data as well. So that is why every solution that I build, for example, today we are building a solution for finance team, right? Earlier, all the finance reports were generating more than hundreds of reports for our leadership, right? And it used to take a lot of time to create that report. Now, since we have the right data, plus we have the robust design, etc., and AI as a tool, we are able to create those solutions in a fraction of a second.
Wow.
This is the power of AI, basically, right? So AI first plus human-centric is the core agenda of any solutions.
Wow, human in the loops. We don't forget that.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. My next question is to you, Oli. Leading this entire thing is not easy. I mean, there's a lot of mindset change that is required. So, from your perspective, what does leadership demand today in this
So
era?
I think we are working in the same kind of solution, right? So we are reimagining the entire process. So earlier, how it was, the process was designed for the human. Human is to think how each and every process or steps of the solution should be built. Now we are replacing the human with agent, and human we will be using at the end to validate whether all the agents are performing well or not. That is the human in the loop thing you are telling, right? So now talking about the business solution, different business functions, for example, legal has different criteria. Whether I have right solution for legal team or not, similarly for finance, TA, etc., right? Whether I have the right solution or not, that we have to think in the beginning so that the solution should be, relevant in future. It's not like after 2 years we feel that no, the solution is not relevant, we have to probably change it. That anyways AI will be doing. So it is mindset change, means AI is everywhere, but we have to tell people that you need to learn AI. It should be AI-centric learning. When we do any work, we think where exactly we can infuse AI also. That is very important, and that's what Brillio is working on it. And we are kind of a AI native organization, and we are actually doing good here.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Brindita, for you, building on what Abhishek just said, how are you developing, how are you, preparing our teams and leaders to lead this solutions for our clients and internally as well?
So we, right from the beginning, 2014 onwards, Brillio has always been a digital first company. Now, so everyone in Brillio is digital native, right? Now we are taking it a step further and making everyone AI native. So it's a transition from what we were to making sure that everyone is AI literate as well, right? So we are using AI in some shape or form in our day-to-day lives. Whether we are using our mobile phones, there's a lot of AI that we use across the board. How do we now bring it into our workplace? How do we bring it into everything that we do for internally as well as for our clients, right? Now, what that means is driving that AI literacy. So we have rolled out several programs which will ensure that our teams are upskilled, and it's kind of, it's a must-do for us if we have to make sure we continue to deliver value to our clients in this AI-first world, right? So that's a big focus for the leadership. as well as for all of us in the team, right? So we are basically passing this message across the board, across all our team members. We're also making it a lot of course material available to our people, a lot of trainings available to our people. There is sandbox being made available where people can experiment, try out different POCs, etc. Right? So all of these are being enabled, and this will ensure that people have the opportunity to use AI, run experiments with it, and then take it and apply it even for their client and solve complex problems for the clients as well, right? So that's how we are basically driving this AI first culture within the team.
Great. Just building on that question, on what you just said, let's talk about a little bit about culture and so in a data-driven company where there's so much of things around data, people, we're all working towards making them learn some of these. So what does a truly human-centered culture look like to you? Any thoughts around that?
See, our people are important, right? End of the day, it's our people who drive the organization. But the culture that we want to imbibe and bring into the organization is to see how we can use AI as an enabler and embed AI into everything that we are doing so that it can augment the human productivity, right? So in everything that we are doing for our clients or internally, how do we use AI to do it faster, with better quality, and drive better outcomes, right? So it's basically ensuring that it's enabling our teams and making our people a lot more productive and powerful, right? Power in their hand using AI. So that's the whole culture that we're trying to imbibe and drive within the organization. And it all starts, right from the top with the leadership, with our team of engineers across the board. We are passing the same message, and it's walk the talk, right? Everybody in the organization is kind of driving that, and that's to make sure that in the next few months we are all fully AI native.
Wow! I really like the power of AI acting as an enabler, which helps in power of decision making, power of working faster, and innovation. So great. To you, Abhiksha, how do you see balancing this rapid innovation that is happening with AI solutions coming in? How do you think we can balance innovation with empathy and inclusion, especially when AI is evolving so quickly and there are a lot of things happening around?
Exactly. So AI is evolving, like you said, right? Like light years, 100 light years, right? We need to learn every day. The principles of AI is changing. So what our principle is, we have to, for example, we have a problem statement today. We cannot just go ahead with the complete enterprise level solution. So what we do go ahead with the quick POC, then prototyping, then enterprise level solutions. That is where we understand where exactly we are standing, whether we are ready for the solution or not. We get it in the very initial stage only. It's always good to, early failure is always very good, right? Better. And that's where it is always good to plan in advance what kind of tech stack you are using, and literate the people, whoever is. For example, earlier we had an AI team who used to only work on the AI solutions, but now everyone across the organization, they know AI. What is LLM models? What is generative AI? What is agentic solution? Everyone knows, right? So it's very easy to communicate with the team members, be it a business function owner, be it a leader, be it an executive. Everyone knows AI. So it's easy to do a prototype, quick POC or MVP and share the solution with the leadership to take up a quick decision. So yeah, this is going really fast now, and this is also innovation. Earlier, the innovation used to take a lot of time, but now it is quite easy and flexible to do as well.
So great. Looking ahead, Abhiksha, this question is to you again. So Abhiksha, looking ahead, what excites you the most about the intersection of AI and future of work?
Okay, so now AI is very interesting because it is a collaborative effort. across from business owners to solution architect to executors, everyone talk AI before creating any or finalizing any solution. So it is an easy win. Earlier it used to take a lot of time, lot of validation were required, but now it is like we design, then solution, then implement. It is a quick win, right? Second one is it is persona driven. Earlier, not earlier, like now whatever solutions we build, we create different personas. For example, the finance solution I was talking about, right? Here we had multiple personas, right? So every persona has different kind of, they can view the solution in different angles. So that is the power of AI again, right? So yeah, so it is interesting, quick and fast also. So to create enterprise level solution, AI first strategy, now it is interesting, and efficiency also. We are saving a lot of efficiency and good work from the people as well.
Wow, interesting. So, Brindita, to you, this, I know we talked about how we are, in the organization building, AI native talent and how we are working with people. But just if you want to further drill down as to what mindsets or capabilities do you think every future focus team should have, that they need to build today so that they stay relevant for tomorrow? Anything around that would you like to deep dive?
Sure. No matter which area of work you are in, I think it's important to learn AI, understand what AI can do for you, right? For your work, as well as what benefit outcome can it drive, right? So from our perspective, we are very focused on, making sure that everyone is upskilled, and also making sure that everyone understands the benefits and the pros and cons of using AI, right? Because there are certain guardrails that need to be put. There has to be right level of governance. It can be very easily misused.
Right.
It can, if you don't understand the data and if you don't understand the business problem and you try to build a model without understanding both, not having the context, not having the domain, your model can probably give you results which are not what you're looking for, right? So being able to understand that, putting the right guardrails, and also making sure that there is enough governance within the organization to ensure that data is, the models are built within those guardrails, right? That is extremely important. So when we say AI native, it's making sure that people are upskilled, people have the understanding. It's democratization of AI, right? It's not just limited to a set of people, but everyone in the organization is able to use the power of AI. But it's also making sure that we as an organization are ready for that change.
Right.
To be able to manage that change, to drive the change, to govern that change as well, right? Because it can very easily get out of hand and reach a situation which is not manageable, and we don't want that. So it's ensuring that we as an organization are really uplifting ourselves to be able to drive that change holistically, right? And end to end. So that's what it all means for us.
Great, interesting. And I know I really like the thought about how we are taking those steps, we are moving at lightning speed, but we still are cautious about what we need to build today so that we don't end up regretting what we have built in future. So great, thank you. So before we wrap up, I'd love to hear something more personal from both of you. Brindita, Bipsha, what's one leadership principle that has shaped your approach to technology and the change that is happening? What is your leadership principle? Anybody can go first. I'm absolutely okay.
I think embracing change, right? If we don't, we get left behind. And I think that's something which I personally believe in, and I would want to tell everyone that embrace change. Don't be rigid, be flexible, learn as you go, and keep learning, right? So that's one principle which has kept me going throughout. And the rapid pace at which things are changing, and if you don't keep up with it, you'll be left behind very easily. So embracing change is extremely important.
Great key takeaway that I will take from this is that just embrace change.
Yeah.
Change is a new constant, they say.
Yeah.
Right. What about you, Abdipsha? What is it for you?
So I always feel that how you have to be relevant to the organization, right? So whatever you do, that whatever you're doing that is relevant to the organization, the business, you can show some impact. And now, since we are at this AI stage or era, we need to first learn. If people are there around you, they don't know about it. It is your responsibility to tell them how it can change your change your perspective about different things they are doing, right? So yeah, being relevant is very important wherever you are.
Wow, great message from both of you. For change is important, but staying relevant is also equally important. So great. And finally, if you had to capture your vision for Brilio's future as a AI native organization in just one phrase, what would that be?
Okay, I can take it up. So
Yeah, sure.
all right. AI solutions, right? AI or AI centric is incomplete without human also. So we need human to validate the solutions. However, since we have AI to do everything, we need the human brain to do more of innovation, more of creative thing, more of strategy and business solutions, right? So this is the core principle.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I would think of it as AI first, but rooted in human.
Wow.
Right?
AI
It's a
first.
collaboration between human and AI,
AI.
which is extremely important.
Great. That's really nice. So thank you, Brindita Abhiksha, for sharing such insightful perspectives today. I had a great conversation and learned on certain things that are happening around. So thank you. And to everybody who's listening, stay tuned for the next one. Keep leading with vision and keep shaping the future with purpose. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ritu.